Most illustrious sire, I will strive to reveal to your excellency some of my personal secrets. I can manufacture a cannon which launches inflammable materials. I can build covered, indestructible vehicles. In times of peace, I can equal anyone in architecture. I can perform sculptures in marble, bronze, and terracotta. And in painting, I am able to do what any other may, whoever he may be. This is clearly no ordinary resume. In fact, it was written to Lord Ludovic the Moor in 1482 by a young artist and engineer named Leonardo da Vinci. Incredibly, at a time when Columbus hadn't even crossed the Atlantic, Leonardo's outlandish claims were all true. In creating inventions like this covered battle wagon, the forerunner of the modern tank, Leonardo saw into the future and predicted an incredible number of modern machines. Although best known as an artist, his main occupation was a weapons inventor. This machine gun was an accurate forerunner of modern weapons and is fascinatingly similar to rocket launchers used by Soviet troops in the Second World War. And this cannon, utilizing the power of steam to project a missile at great velocity, resembles the outline of a modern anti-tank weapon. Unfortunately for Leonardo, but luckily for the common soldiers of Renaissance Italy, none of these inventions was ever put into use. By the time he was hired by whichever duke or king could afford him, peace had usually broken out. So Leonardo invariably had time to turn his thoughts to other problems of the time, such as how to fly. After spending hours watching and studying birds, Leonardo developed this, the first plane. Incredibly, he built it, and it was tested. The only record of the experiment is from the son of one of the witnesses who said, "The flight was not a success for the two men who recently attempted it. Leonardo da Vinci also tried to fly, but had cause to regret it." Perhaps it was this painful experience that led him to develop this, the first parachute. The problem for Leonardo was that the rest of the world was not ready for his ideas. This helicopter worked in theory, but lacked an engine. Similarly, this, the first car, was never going to get very far with Leonardo's makeshift clockwork motor. With inventions of such genius, Leonardo's fame spread, and soon he was in demand throughout Europe. From the palace of the King of France, a decree was sent out: "Bring me this genius." Leonardo's services did not come cheap, and in order to secure them, King Francois had to commission a painting for which he would pay an unheard-of price. Cunningly, Leonardo accepted the payment and brought with him something he'd painted earlier, and here it is, the Mona Lisa. This reproduction is now on display in Leonardo's home in Amboise in the Loire Valley in France. Da Vinci spent his last years here and was given this house by King Francois, just down the road from the king's palace. They became close friends and would converse every day on matters of philosophy and politics. And in order that Leonardo could visit his patron unimpeded, this tunnel was excavated between the house and the palace. Leonardo died here in this room with the King of France at his side. He was buried in the chapel at the king's palace. Curiously, Italy's greatest thinker rests here in France. Now this statue commemorates his years in Amboise, sitting by the river, watching a world where his inventions have come to life. Forever remembered is the man who saw the future. Would you believe it?